This person is beckoning you forward at this time with the Two of Wands to come closer because they want to explore the deeper layers of partnership between the two of you. This is somebody whom you have stirred up some pretty deep emotions within. There's a lot of passion that they are holding back at this particular point in time because there's a sense of like wanting to set the mood, get the mood right, help you to feel comfortable before they unleash all that they are interested in doing with you, all that they are interested in exploring with you, different sorts of ways in which the two of you can connect deeper than you have already, or even deeper than they've ever connected with anyone before. This energy of the Two of Wands, it is reminding me of twin flame energy. So if you resonate with that concept, this can definitely indicate that this is an aligned connection along those levels, higher level soulmate, twin flame, something like that. But definitely the intensity of what this person is feeling for you, it goes beyond labels and definitions. It's like they're not even trying to define it at this particular point in time. You have captivated them in a most magnificent way. And this is somebody that does not want to back off in this situation. This is somebody that does not want to take time to think in this situation. This is somebody that is definitely answering that kind of like call of their soul that is pulling them forth towards you. If they had other options, or were just kind of like open to the potential of whatever might have come along or come up in their life prior to meeting you, it's like their attention has become very exclusively focused on you. You are somebody who, even in a short amount of time, has provided them with an experience of connection, even silently and subtly, that goes far beyond what they are thinking about, even sort of like long-term connections or, people that they were in like long-term talking stages with, and what had kind of occurred inside of them. This is completely beyond all of that. This blows all of that out of the water. And so this, it feels like, is somebody that they know a good thing when they see it, and they have focused in on you, and there's a sense of like, I don't want to stop until there is more closeness between the two of us. I don't want to hold back. Yes, I am exercising self-restraint at this particular point in time because I want to make sure that the moment is right for the two of us in order to take that crucial next step forward, but I am consistently moving in your direction. I will consistently provide you with this clarity and reassurances that I feel very exclusively focused upon you. I feel very drawn to, I feel very connected to you in ways that are able to be defined very easily and in ways that defy explanation. This is somebody, it feels like, that typically moves with a lot of strategy and intention. They're very logically minded, but there's a sense of letting some other kind of like reflex take over in this circumstance. They are letting their soul determine the course of action forward. It is something where it goes beyond even just going with the flow in the situation, because there's a sense of you really helping to liberate this person in ways from that need to kind of like control outcome, plan every little thing, evaluate all the details before they take calculated risks forward. And there's a sense with this of kind of just opening themselves up to whatever occurs between the two of you, following these little bits of inspiration that they get, ways in which they may have even kind of improvised like romantic gestures towards you, things that they could have said, things that they could have done, and that connected very well with you. It resonated very well with you, which is giving this person reassurance to bring more of that side of themselves to the table. So it's almost like you are kind of tapping into, you are connecting with sort of a hidden side of this person that doesn't usually kind of appear within romantic connections. They maybe haven't been with people in the past that could kind of like evoke this within them, stir this up inside of them. And it's something that it's happening very naturally between the two of you without trying to force things. It's almost like when they take a step towards you, or where they sort of create like that open invitation for you to come in closer, there's a sense of really being enveloped in the best possible way by that experience. It feels very freeing to them rather than somebody that is kind of like, ooh, I should take my time, build trust, because this person could have trust issues. It feels very natural to kind of just let their guard down in your presence, let things unfold very naturally between the two of you, and to definitely stoke that fire between the two of you, that passion between the two of you. We also have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so this is somebody that definitely looks forward to times when they communicate with you. They look forward to, seeing things that you post on social media, kind of seeing you give updates about your day or anything that you sort of put out there in terms of like interests, goals, things you're working on. Maybe you're somebody who has like a virtual presence and that's what you do for a living. And if so, this is somebody who definitely, you may know this or not know this, they are a fan, they are a subscriber, they are someone that keeps tabs on that. This is somebody that is very celebratory of your success. This is somebody who wants to see you shine. They want to see you kind of achieve all of your goals, if that is something that is in alignment with like how you use social media. If you just have like a personal social media, this person loves it when you post selfies. They love it when, you put little updates, even when you write little cryptic things, maybe even things that only make sense between the two of you. They like that. They like that they have kind of like taken a special place in your life, that there is almost this kind of silent or secret understanding between the two of you that the world doesn't necessarily need to decipher fully because it's known between the two of you. This person also looks forward to conversations, times when they are able to interact with you in person, because there's a sense that there's a lot that's exchanged or communicated through kind of the subtleties between the two of you. Eye contact, body language, the ways in which you are very kind of like energetically receptive to one another. This is something that this person is really picking up on, that it almost in your presence feels like there's a magnet between the two of you. You are a magnet for one another. They have noticed the way in which their body responds to you, not just, oh, I'm attracted and so my body is having those attraction responses. But there's something where it's almost, again, kind of this deeper aspect of themselves, this sort of outer layer of themselves, the auric field, the soul is responding to you, is recognizing you, is coaxing this person to not kind of like dwell in that energy of logic too much, but to really give into that impulsivity, to give into kind of the spontaneity between the two of you, to give into the ways in which they feel very inclined or very inspired to like let their guard down and just let things happen, rather than trying to kind of like predict how that will happen or create sort of like a measured or contained approach to the situation. It's just like, yeah, let's just let this occur. Let's just let this unfurl between the two of us. We also have Page of Pentacles. So it feels like this person is planning some kind of like sweet romantic gesture towards you. Something that, may resonate with your particular style, your particular interest, your particular type of humor. You both may have the same type of humor, similar interests, or there are things that they know kind of like, bring that smile out of you, bring that special little energy out of you. And so this is something where that feels like they are planning that kind of effort. Something that might be just sort of simple, sort of sweet, but again, kind of like lets you know, hey, I see you for who you are, and I love what it is that I see. I love finding little ways to kind of like make meaning between the two of us, make our connection more meaningful, make these little moments, these little exchanges, these little experiences between the two of us add up to something very big in the long run. We also have the King of Cups. Yeah, so it feels like you have awakened a deeply romantic component within this person. They are like looking forward to the time when maybe your relationship is official. You've created more of an understanding with one another, because this is somebody that has a lot of love to give. And it feels like it never felt comfortable or right to like express themselves. Like maybe people in the past didn't understand their unique love language, or something where efforts that they had made were kind of unnoticed in a way, but it's like how they've shown up for you so far, even if it's just been, very little, very slight things that have kind of like happened. This is something where they've noticed a very positive reaction from you. And your joy definitely kind of like sets off a whole series of wonderful feelings inside of them as well. They love to make you smile. They love to give you joy. They love to give you pleasure. And so this is somebody, it feels like, that is looking forward to that experience of more closeness, more exclusivity, more of a meaningful experience or exchange, or something that is more defined between the two of you. Because there's a sense, again, of this like secret or hidden side of this person, this dormant romantic within that has just been kind of like waiting to encounter someone like you. Maybe it's something where they didn't even know that they were sort of needing another person to kind of bring this out of them, to stimulate this within them, and yet you've done this. This is somebody, it feels like, that is even like listening to love songs. They might even be like watching like romantic movies or something, love scenes and movies, and they're like thinking of the two of you. This is somebody that is looking looking forward to like Netflix and chill, only you're not just watching the movie. This is somebody that's looking forward to cuddling with you. This is somebody that is looking forward to intimacy with you. This is somebody that is looking forward to, kind of like sappy romantic moments even. This is somebody that has even thought and kind of planned out almost like a special place that they want to bring you, a special occurrence, something that it's always like, I've wanted to do this for someone romantically before. It was always in the back of my mind, or it was kind of a sense of like, when I encounter the perfect person, if I encounter the perfect person, this would be like a very special or unique experience. Maybe something they heard about that another person did, they saw it in a movie, or it's just something they kind of like dreamed up, they created in their imagination. And there's a sense of feeling like you would be that right person, that special moment, that special experience, that special kind of point in time, that it's something that would be celebrated by you. It would be well received by you. And so this is definitely somebody that is thinking like long-term potential between the two of you. They have these different kind of like increments that are planned. They might even be thinking about, kind of like big events in the two of your sort of like timetable with one another. They got like the 1 year anniversary of the two of you being together, like all planned out, and you may still just be in your talking stage. Like they're thinking that far ahead, and it feels like something that is helping to, again, kind of like stoke that fire inside of them that is wanting them to continue to be open, be receptive, to participate with you in like a deep and honest and very intense way. We also have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so it feels like this is somebody who is very generous as far as shows of affection are concerned. And this goes beyond gift giving. This feels like somebody that really has like new ways of expressing love that might be different from anything that you've ever experienced from anyone before. There's a level of like consistency, thoughtfulness, thoroughness that might be very surprising for you. And it feels like this person is almost hoping that the ways in which they could show up or try to impress you, try to make you smile, try to kind of like, set the tone or mood and make things very romantic. They're hoping that this will be different than anything you've experienced before. They're not like in competition with past suitors or exes, but there's a sense of almost like, I know that I can kind of put my all into something that is almost like over the top, or something that is very, kind of unconventional as far as like efforts of love, gestures of love, showing up in a different sort of way, that they're hoping will help to, kind of make you see in time them as sort of like the right choice, the perfect choice for long-term partnership, or something where, even if there's like a concluding point in your connection with one another, that you will always think of them fondly. You will always think of them as somebody that, provided like a good time, a good experience, happy memories, as opposed to, feeling like you were with a low effort person, or somebody, that was very like nonchalant, somebody that was very like stingy with their ability to give and exchange love, not just in a material sense, but it feels like a lot of that is even sort of, loving affirmations, consistency with that, tokens of affection, yes, but also, maybe kind of like physical contact, a lot of hugs, a lot of holding hands, a lot of like sweet and tender moments. Ways in which, they might even surprise you as well, kind of like showing up and doing sort of like sweet, kind little things for you without you having to ask, ways in which they may try to like anticipate your needs. So it's sort of like, you didn't have to ask, you just did that. Something where if you have any, like, it's bringing to mind like projects around the house, or, things that you're working on, and you come home one day and this person's like taking care of it. They fixed it, they renovated it, they improved it, they just sort of saw that it needed to be done, and they did that. It's energies like that, where it feels like this is somebody that wants to show you kind of an all-encompassing experience of what like a next level love could be. What's somebody that has the ability to make a lot of efforts, a lot of meaningful efforts, what a connection with them could look like. We also have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so this is somebody, it feels like, that is very determined to help you fight through any obstacles that you may have. If you have thought to yourself, is this person too good to be true? Maybe you're the one that is kind of like the passion is hot and heavy between the two of you. You've needed to create some boundaries, put some brakes on in this situation. They are very respecting of those boundaries, but this is somebody that is almost like extending their hand and sort of like, let me help you up beyond that realm, beyond that zone, where whatever your experiences have been in the past, you have had to kind of like train yourself to be a little more cautious as far as who you give your heart to, who you let into your life. This is somebody that is willing to, kind of still their desires for you in order for you to sort of vet the situation out, feel things energetically speaking. This is somebody that will like hold space for you to come to a place of readiness. Even if you've like expressed interest and you're like, yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes next, there may be something that they are kind of anticipating is like, I want to make sure that it's right for you. I want to make sure that you're comfortable, because it feels like this is somebody that would be very capable of being very charming, showing up, being very high effort, kind of getting what they want, getting their way out of the situation. That would be something that would be very easy to do. But this is somebody that also wants to make sure that it is a pleasurable experience for you, that you feel comfortable, that it feels right for you, that it is kind of checking off any sort of boxes that you may have, any kind of conditions or requirements or desires you may have of what kind of like a better partnership would look like, maybe in the aftermath of something that was very disappointing, or, like a season of frustration for yourself romantically. This is somebody that's almost kind of like, what does that sort of great love look like? What are those kind of like unspoken needs and desires? Maybe it is someone even kind of like respecting your boundaries and holding space in order to prove that they're not just sort of like here in your life to show up for their own self-interest, but they really have your interests in mind as well. We also have strength. Yeah, so this is definitely somebody that they want to strengthen this bond between the two of you. This is somebody that is anticipating that over the next several months that things will continue to create like closeness between the two of you. And this is not just sort of leaving things to chance and kind of like, okay, well, if it feels right, sure. This is somebody that feels like that is wanting to continue to kind of take things forward to the next level, almost push the two of you beyond your comfort zone. But then again, back to that Seven of Wands energy, kind of like hold space while you sort of adjust to the reality that this is somebody that is not too good to be true. This is the real thing. It's the real deal. It's a real experience with someone that can like show up for you in a genuine way. As you are maybe navigating with a bit of resistance inside of yourself, as you are loosening those boundaries or learning to really trust yourself, that yes, you've magnetized in a high value partner. Yes, you have magnetized in a quality person. Even though in the past you might have made mistakes, your heart might have led you astray, or people presented as one thing and then turned out to be somebody else. Whatever that kind of road or journey up to this particular point in time has looked like, this is somebody that is almost like, I don't need you to tell me all the details of that. I'm just going to assume that you've had your ups and downs, because that's life. And so I'm going to make sure that we are advancing and we are evolving together towards like a very deep, very empowered connection, romantically speaking, in a way that helps you to release any kind of like fears, any sort of hesitations that you have. It takes into account anything that may be accidentally triggered within them, kind of like almost it's the energy of like too close for comfort. There may be times where it's almost kind of like things are intensifying. They are giving over to this kind of soul pull towards you, not just using logic, but it's almost like they are allowing themselves to kind of be directed by that higher energy of their soul to what happens next, to kind of like how much they're giving, how much they're opening up, how much they are allowing themselves to receive. And they understand that it's like things may evolve or advance very quickly between the two of you. So they anticipate that there may be times where they need to kind of just stop, take it all in, recognize the adjustments that you've made with one another, and also really celebrate little milestones and little moments, in terms of not just progress forward, but even ways in which they may successfully navigate triggers and sort of not give in to them, or ways in which they can kind of tell you've navigated through some sort of trigger where you've let down an aspect of your guardedness, you've let down an aspect of your discernment, you've let me in even closer, you've opened up to me even more. And rather than making a big deal about that, kind of just silently holding space for that moment, the sanctity of that moment, as it kind of adds or contributes to a deeper understanding, a deeper connection between the two of you. We also have the World. Yeah, so this is somebody that definitely wants to have like the full package, the full picture with you. This is somebody that does not want to hold themselves back. They don't want to keep anything really like hidden or that much of a mystery. This is somebody that is very open to like answering your questions, anything you're curious about with them. It's kind of like, just ask me anything. I want to talk about everything with you. I want to get to know you on levels that nobody else has ever had the privilege, interest, or ability to do before. And I want you to know me on levels that have previously been kind of like untouched or unrecognized by other people. This is somebody that feels like you have come into one another's lives at this particular point in time. And it's a miracle in the making. Like the more that you keep showing up and this person keeps kind of like thinking outside of the box, showing up very spontaneously, honoring their kind of like logical way of moving through the world, but also allowing their soul to speak in this situation. It feels like it keeps aligning with a sense of something that they've called in with you, that they're creating with you, that not only feels right and it fits, but it's actually kind of like good for them. It's actually in alignment with their highest good at this particular point in time. So they're wanting to honor that, kind of like the special things between the two of you, the uniqueness of the connection, the right timing of the situation, and the ways in which they want to continue to work with you in order to develop this connection at a pace that works for the two of you, but also in a way that kind of makes the most of every moment, so you can keep returning to that reality that like this person chooses you, they hope that you continue to choose them, and that you continue to move forward, towards that more stable partnership with one another. So, those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.